Well, good morning. Today is Text a Friend Tuesday. So, who are you going to send a text message to? Sending them a verse from your quiet time, some encouragement. Let them know that you love and care about them, that you're thinking of them. Maybe you know something that they're going through, and you want to speak into that. And maybe you could include just a prayer for them right there in the text message. But speaking of quiet times, from my quiet time today, I just wanted to share with you all a little bit from that. That I was looking at how do we approach God? How do we approach Him in our quiet times, in our worship times, as we think of Him throughout the day and that relationship? If I'm going to go scuba diving, then I need the right equipment, the right tank, the right apparatus, breathing apparatus. If I'm going to cook, I would need the right ingredients and probably my mom, probably a few phone calls. If we're going to approach God, I'm reminded from First Chronicles 15:13 when they're transporting the Ark of the Covenant, and they had neglected the law that it was supposed to be the priests, and the priests were supposed to carry the Ark of the Covenant on poles, but they were carrying it on a cart. And when the ox stumbled, fearing that the ark would fall from the cart, Uzzah reached out his hand to steady the ark and touched it, and touching it, approaching God in this wrong way, treating him as less holy than he is, neglecting what he had said. It led to an occasion where God struck Uzzah and he died. Protecting God's holiness, approaching Him in the right way. I think of 2 Corinthians now in the New Testament. In 11:3, Paul, he's admonishing the Corinthians, telling them that he's yearning for them, that they would seek the Lord in simplicity and a purity of devotion to Him. You know, all the while through the Old Testament, God is teaching them about His holiness, but it's not about these exterior trappings. It really has always been about the heart and how we are approaching Him. And here, Paul says it plainly. You know, the woman at the well, in her dialogue with Jesus about where the people would worship God, whether this mountain or in Jerusalem. And Jesus says that God is seeking those who will worship Him in spirit and in truth. I think of the parable that Jesus shared about the Pharisee and the publican. The Pharisee approaching God in prayer in the temple, saying, "Lord, thank you that I am not like this man." And the publican, downtrodden, this outcast, beating his breast and saying, "Lord, forgive me, a sinner." And I love that heart. And that's the heart that we need when we're going to approach God. That's the heart that doesn't neglect how God has told us that we need to approach Him. That's the heart that can go down to these deep depths and experience that dive that can. That's what God's calling us to. So at the end of Revelation, it says, it ends with all who are thirsty come. So if we thirst, He is available. And when we thirst, it says all of us are to come. The cost, yes, has been paid. But come with the right spirit, come in truth, come in sincerity and honesty. Come simply. Come with a purity of devotion as a bride to the groom. So as you prepare your heart for your quiet time this morning, as you go about your day, come reverentially, but come. Thirst and find that thirst met. And tomorrow, after all that, I will see you again for the next morning minute or so. Remember, be active in the sharing of your faith, and I'll see you tomorrow.